All right, guys. So we have a quick question from Aisha Arstrat, which asked on Facebook. Hi, I'm Shah from Malaysia. Can you suggest the places must go for 7 days, start and end at Christchurch? Thank you. So again, we do have an article on the best 7 days itinerary on the South Islands, and we'll link to it in the description below, but let's go over it right here with what we like. All right, so you start in Christchurch, then we suggest you're going to make your way through the beautiful Southern Alps and all the way to Hokitika. Then you go to Franz, Josef, then you go to Wanaka, then you go to Queenstown, maybe a bit of a stop in Milford Sound as well. Then Lake Tekapo, and then back to Christchurch. All right, let's tell you why and how and what. Do you want to grab the other pen, different color? All right, cool. So you're starting in Christchurch, which is obviously the entry point to the South Island. This is where most people arrive. There is quite a few things to do here. So if you do arrive really early morning, you could get yourself a bus tour that goes to the Banks Peninsula, see some amazing wildlife, and then it takes you back to Christchurch. You can also do the same thing to go to Kaikoura and come back. Otherwise, you can do a few things in the city if you don't have that much time. There is some nice museum. There is a beautiful Botanic Gardens, which is literally the highlight of Christchurch. Yeah. You can go, what's this place with the beach and the caves and everything?
Oh yeah, Sumner Beach.
Sumner Beach, you can go Sumner Beach, which is really nice as well. So there's quite a few things to do in Christchurch. And then, whoo! You're heading straight away on day 2. You're going to make your way toward Hokitika. Now you want the time with sunset in Hokitika because it's absolutely amazing. It's really, really beautiful. Yeah. But your day is going to be spent driving through beautiful Afterpass, which is one of the most beautiful roads I've ever driven in my life. So with that, you're actually going to be literally making the adventure like a real journey, a real amazing adventure. So I think that's going to be, I think we're hiding the, tell us if we're hiding the map or not, but yeah, so that's going to be really amazing. And in Hokitika, you can check out the glass blowing studio, which is quite cool to see. There is a place where you can carve your own greenstone pendant, which we done with Laura, and we loved doing so much. It's really epic.
Doing your own greenstone carving though does take all day, so that's something you need to plan all day for. But otherwise, you can actually go around and watch other like master carvers carving greenstone as well, which is a quick thing to do.
Yeah, watch other people doing it. They're better than you anyway.
And then just buy what they make.
So yeah, and obviously watch the sunset on the beach in Hokitika. It's world famous for that. It's absolutely amazing, and it's a must do on the South Island, I'd say. And then moving on to Franz.
There we go. So in Franz Josef, most people will know it for its glacier. So Franz Josef Glacier, you can do heli hikes onto it, which is just like a 10-minute helicopter ride onto the glacier. You get some crampons for the boots, and then a guide will take you around the glacier and show you some really epic things. And that's like a landscape like no other. So that's definitely like that. One of the highlights of New Zealand, I'd say. Like so many people come to New Zealand to go and see those glaciers. Also in Franz Josef, you can go relax in some hot pools. You can do some Glacier Valley walks. So that's a free option if you can't afford to do the heli hike, which is quite expensive. Instead, you can see some really amazing scenery just by doing one of the hikes that goes through the Glacier Valley. There's also quad biking, there's horse trekking. There's really a lot to do. And that's a tiny, tiny little town, but it's action packed. There's so much to do there.
Definitely. Then we're moving on toward Wanaka.
Wanaka, so
just to drive already is going to be absolutely beautiful. It's the Hooker Valley, right? Is that correct? No, the.
Oh, this goes through Haast Pass.
Yes, Haast Pass. This is through Haast Pass, and there is beautiful Thunder Falls Creek, which I have a pretty bad memory in. If you guys have seen our video, I kind of dropped the Kindle and the GoPro and all of that. So yay. But no, it's absolutely stunning. It's really good. The whole drive through Haast Pass is phenomenal.
And there's lots of really short walks that you can do. So that's one of those, it's like you can spend all day doing the Haast Pass drive and you're just hopping off doing some like short 10-minute, 20-minute walks to see lots of different things. So yeah. And
so then when you arrive in Wanaka, well, there is a hashtag that Wanaka tree, especially at sunset, beautiful as well, really awesome. And yeah, there's some awesome skydiving options. There is a big lake, so there's plenty of hikes around nearby the lake.
You can rent a paddleboard or a kayak and go check out the lake.
Yeah, you can rent a mountain bike and you can, do a bit of mountain biking around and everything, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
And then you make your way toward Queenstown. Now it's going to be the shortest drive of your trip, which is quite good. You're actually going to be welcoming the fact that halfway through your trip, you have some time in Queenstown, adventure capital of New Zealand. There you have more choice than you can think of. If you want some adrenaline, you can skydive, you can bungee. If you want some sceneries, you can go up the gondola and just see the whole Queenstown town, as well as the lake, and you can do some luge, and you can treat yourself to amazing food. You can have a third burger. You can go to Eric's Fish and Chips, which is awesome fish and chips in the South Island, and they do deep fried kiwi fruit for dessert, which is absolutely epic. Big shout out to Eric's Fish and Chips. I love you guys. Oh my God, that was so good, this deep fried food. There's that. Yeah. I just every time I think about Queenstown, that's the one thing I'm thinking about.
Yeah. There's jet boat, there's whitewater rafting, there's canyoning, like any adventure activity you can think of, they probably do it in Queenstown.
And now on your second day in Queenstown, I will take a one-day trip to go to Milford Sound. It's kind of must do. Eighth wonder of the world, absolutely stunning. You take a bus, don't drive there, don't do it yourself. Just take one of those bus trips because it's a very long journey. And so if you take the bus trip, you're really going to be able to enjoy the journey.
And you'll be able to take in the scenery.
Exactly. There's a lot of pit stop along the way. Then when you're at Milford Sound, you do one of those very cheap cruises. It starts, I think, at $39, so it's really cheap. And you go see all those beautiful waterfalls and stunning sound. It's really stunning, really amazing. Yeah. So definitely spend one day doing that. And then you make your way up to Lake Tekapo.
Go back to Queenstown, and then the next day, Lake Tekapo.
Lake Tekapo.
Okay, so Lake Tekapo is a really surprising place because it's such a small town, but everybody loves to go there because it's so scenic. There's this beautiful blue lake. There's this picture perfect opportunity, which is this little church called the Church of the Good Shepherd. Usually in summertime, it's surrounded by purple flowers called lupins, and it's just that place to go and get those pictures of New Zealand that you've seen all over the place, and you want to get some pictures yourself. So Lake Tekapo is a really popular spot to stop by on your way to Christchurch. It's on the main highway, so it's definitely a good place to stop. But if you are stopping overnight in Lake Tekapo, because it is so small, make sure that you book your accommodation way in advance. There's only like 5 or 6 different accommodations to choose from, and everybody wants to stay there. So yeah, really consider booking well in advance for that. So alternatively, you can go to Isle or Mount Cook, so you have a couple of extra spots right there just in case. But yeah, the next leg of your trip is to make your way back to Christchurch and be done with your trip. So that's basically the whole loop right here that we recommend. Along the way, there is obviously a lot of pit stops. I will link below to the article called the 7 Days Itineraries on the South Island. So like that you have all our recommendations for pit stop and time spent and activities and all of that as well, which is quite cool. And this is an itinerary that you can definitely do by driving yourself. This is an itinerary which is also very easy to do if you want to take a bus. You get plenty of different bus options, both completely organized tour like Wild Kiwi, for example, which does almost exactly this itinerary right here. And you got everything. Even your driver actually sometimes cook the lunch for you and everything. So they really sort out everything for you. It's a really cool vibe, small buses. But you can also do this kind of thing with Intercity, which you buy ticket by ticket. It's a bit more of a just coach buses around. That would be the cheapest option.
Yeah, and you can drive it yourself as well. So plenty of options to do this itinerary to see the most of the South Island. And I hope this helps. So that's our take for one of the best itineraries on the South Island, starting in Christchurch. Here you go. If that was what you were looking for, if this is helpful to you guys, make sure to click like. If you do have some extra questions, make sure to put them below. We're here to help every single week, and we love doing that. So, keep us going by keep on asking us questions. Like if I didn't have so many questions every single week, coming from you guys, we just wouldn't do it. It wouldn't be that fun.